Hi, I'm here with a new rolling your own cigarettes video here, and I found a very strange problem. Uh, the machine got, my rolls of cigarettes got progressively worse over time. This machine's almost 2 years old, and I couldn't figure out what was happening. Some very strange things, and I'll share them with you here. Let's see if this one here, when I was having problems, I rolled this cigarette. Uh, you could see what it's doing. It's burning the paper. Okay, the paper is burning, but the tobacco inside is not. And I've had it to where it almost ran down 3/4 of the way of the cigarette, like a run in a stocking, okay? And that's just utterly ridiculous, okay? And then, with that big of an air gap, you don't get nothing when you're smoking because there's too much air going in the cigarette. Anyhow, this is a disaster. It's a mess, and whatever was causing this, I think I figured it out, and I'll show you. Okay, here's my machine. Okay, I got the standard Top-O-Matic, and give me a minute here. I'm going to turn it around. Okay. I've got my machine mounted. There's 2 screws so it doesn't move around. And then I got a kitchen tray, eating tray here to keep everything neat. And then this piece of plywood I made for it sort of stabilizes it so it don't move around so much. Okay, so now I'll show you what was going on here. And I'm going to pull the handle and I'm going to push this out. Now, I've already fixed it, so I didn't want to make the video and then have it not be the problem, okay? So what had happened over time is this injector that sticks out and pushes the tobacco in, what it was doing is it kept bending from this area here to this area. And it was, I don't know, say this is about 5-6 millimeters open, the opening here. It was down to like 3. So it had a big gradual, a bow in there. And what I had to do was I cut a 1/4 inch bolt. I think this is 1/4 inch. And made this, part right here. Then I stuck this on here, and it didn't go in this far. I mean, it was just touching the top here. So I had to gradually push this in with pliers. Like, carefully grab it like this and push and push and push until this opened up uniformly all the way. It's probably, you could see real close up on the camera. It may be still maybe a little crooked. I mean, it kind of looks like it's bent right out too far right there. I don't know. So anyhow, it's more open like it should be. And after I did this, it was like a brand new machine. It's rolling cigarettes perfectly now with no problem. And then with this closed up, what I had a buildup of tobacco in here that I didn't realize was there. So that might have made a difference too. And I mean, when I took it out with this pick carefully, and it was like a petrified rock. I mean, it was so old and hard. So I cleaned all that out. Okay. Now, if you have to fix your machine this way, be really careful and take your time. I mean, don't do it real fast, because if you bend this thing out of whack, it's finished. I mean, you're gonna have to buy another, injector or machine, because this is really flimsy. So be very careful. But that's what I did. I took a 1/4-inch bolt and I pushed it in and got a pliers and squeezed it and carefully opened it back up again. And it's much better. Also, you could go to maybe the dollar store or Walmart, auto parts store, whatever, and there's a little cheap pick set. I mean, I don't think I paid more than $2 to $2.50 for. I mean, I got like 3 or 4 of these things, and this is the best pick I found. And what I could do with this is give me a second here. If the tobacco is kind of wet, right? Well, and it gets clogged, I could take this pick and kind of clean all this area out in here, clean it all up, get all that gunk out of there. But the machine is working much better now, and I thought I'd share that problem with you in case you may want to take a look at your machine. And if you have to straighten it, take the spring off. The spring that's inside underneath here, I got it screwed down. I can't show it to you, but there's 2 springs, and it's the longer spring that's on this handle here. You'll know when you don't take the spring out, just loosen one end, and that way this will stay open for you a little better, and you could fix the injector there. So I mean, I've seen where some website was selling these, but when I mean, maybe they have a method and instructions to put it in, but it looked to me to replace this. One time I took a look that you'd really have to take everything apart in there to actually replace that. So it's set for 100 millimeter cigarettes. So I've got that guard out of there, and so it's working real good now. And that was the problem. It's much smoother now, pushing everything in. I mean, I can't explain why that was the problem, why the cigarettes were acting that crazy, but that injector was definitely bent inside. So and then this thing, I used to push it to straighten it out. I gotta save it. What the heck, and put it with some of the tools I have for that. Okay, thank you.